After a busy and tricky morning on roadways and even still difficult conditions out there on roads, let's take a look at what we're working with as far as our forecast. The snow, well, we're done with that part of the equation. You're going to find on radar that a lot of the action is over Lake Erie. And yes, we'll still have a couple of flurries that'll be, well, fresh to us. But really, if you're seeing that snow, it's just going to be in the form of blowing snow. So we'll just have that going, well, left and right, but we won't have any of that snow coming down. So that'll help visibilities a touch, but you're still going to run into some tricky spots here and there, just like John was saying a few moments ago. Our hour-by-hour forecast showing a lot of that snowfall that's moved on out, yet we will still, like I said, carry a few flurries, but the majority of us are done with the snow. So nothing new, even as we head into Saturday. It'll just then switch gears to lake effect snowfall. So even by Saturday morning, you can see Lake Michigan trying to sneak a few snowflakes into Hillsdale and Lenawee counties. So we'll watch for a band of snow showers to set up just into southeast Michigan. And throughout the day, though it will try to hold just into southeast Michigan, it could sag a little bit. So we could find that in the metro throughout Saturday afternoon. Shouldn't, though, be too problematic on roadways or even as far as those visibilities. Now, temperatures, those are chilly, if not frigid here at lunch. We have current temperatures reading -5 in Fremont, -1 in Tiffin, Toledo, and Monroe, -3 in Wauseon, Adrian at -2, and you can find all of us are at least below zero or just at it, like Ottawa. You can see the goose egg right there, our hot spot, I guess we could say. But with the wind gusts, it feels so much colder than even the negatives, well, it's negative single digit numbers on that map. A lot of our peak winds are going to be happening here this afternoon and even into the evening, as we'll find peak winds around 50 towards 55 miles per hour. And then as we head into this evening, they'll kind of settle down to where we'll have those wind gusts around 35 to 45 miles per hour. And then they'll recharge a little bit Saturday into the day. But we will find we start Saturday with wind gusts that'll be around 30 to 40 miles per hour. And then those will fall to around 25 miles per hour as we wrap up Saturday. However, temperatures are still going to be just downright cold. We're going to hold into the single digits for us. And those feels like temperatures you're going to find even for midday or this evening, going to be into those -20s until we see at least a little bit of help as we get closer to the overnight. But those hour-by-hour wind chills are just going to be downright frozen here. We're going to find those to be in the -20s, and that's going to last overnight into tomorrow morning. I'm not really seeing much of a warm up at all, but by Saturday evening, at least we're out of those -20s and getting closer to, well, at least zero. But we do have the Arctic air setting in for the weekend. Even Sunday for Christmas, we'll have a high around 16 degrees. And then you will find temperatures at least into the 20s. But look at those 40s. The forecast kind of, well, goes quiet. Not a lot going on as far as snow talk. But when we're talking 40s, and then 50s in the forecast. So that looks quite nice for us. We do have some rainfall to go with it to get us to the end of 2022. But considering what we have now and then seeing those 50s, I'll just let everybody ponder that how they want to.
You know what, Diane? I'll take the rain with the 50 degrees next week.
Yes.
These 30, 40 mile per hour winds and the wind chill
chills
and
that
20s,
are -30.
and
yeah.
it's too much.
The cold, it just kind of even takes the air right out of you. It catches your breath to where the 50s and the rain, it's not so harsh on the body.
Yeah, I'm kind of dreading walking outside a little later to start my car.
I haven't been outside since the fronts moved through, so we're both going to have a shock.
It'll be interesting.